Let's say you are in this room where you are sitting. This room mein there is one door. Okay. And there are 10 horses. 10 horses tied with some rafter, with some pole or cuddy or whatever. Okay. You untie all the 10 horses at a time together and you open the door. How many horses will go out?
So, first of all, I cannot untie the horses at the same time.
After untying all the horses, you open the door.
Okay.
How many would be able to go out?
It depends upon the proportion of the door compared to the proportion of one horse.
The door is same that you see behind you. Only one
Okay.
horse can go at a time.
Yes.
So how many can go?
All the horses can go.
But they
Not
cannot.
at the same time, but at different time.
So there are chances that the horses will get stuck because they all are untied and they would together want to go out because the door is open. But so you see that there are chances that none of them will go out.
Okay.
None of them will go out immediately. You open the door and let's say 3 horses rush to the door and they get stuck. And then none of them could go out because all were untied. Then you spend some time trying to solve them, trying to resolve them. You push somebody behind and then you anyhow allow one horse to go out, then 2 or 3 get stuck again. Because they all are untied. They are free to go out. But if let's say you untie one horse and you open the door, then would they get stuck?
No.
Okay. So it means one horse would easily go out without any interruption, without any problem.
Yes.
With cleanliness. Okay, without getting stuck. That's what happens with our ideas. When we open our mouth, we untie all the horses of ideas into our mind, and all of them want to go out. All of them rush to come out. And because of that, most of the people do stammering. Most of the people is stuck in their ideas. They don't be able to effectively communicate what they think they want to. They regret later that I wanted to say something else and I conveyed something else. All that happened because they untied all the horses of ideas into their mind before they opened their mouth. So what is done by those effective communicators, by those good speakers? Good speakers, when this term comes to my mind, you take example of Narendra Modi ji. He never speaks in a rush. He speaks one sentence or 2 sentences, then he takes a pause, he looks around towards the people, into their eyes, and then he picks up again, and then he speaks another sentence. Mere pyare bhaiyo behno. Then he takes a pause. So much calm. Why? If he tries to speak in a rush, he would be criticized a lot for his miscommunication, for making wrong statements or double meaning things. He conveys with so much clarity, speaks with so much authority. How is that much possible? How is this beautiful thing possible? Because he takes pause. He is not impulsive in his speech, in his delivery. He is thoughtful. And how is he thoughtful? He speaks one thing, then stops, then pauses, then analyzes, then understands, then sees the response of the person who is listening. And then being in the present moment, he decides how I'm going to, how I'm going to speak further and which horse I'm going to untie next.
Okay.
So it is not pre-decided that after the first horse is untied, you are going to untie the second horse. Maybe based on the situation, the demand or your conversation partner, you have to untie the 9th horse.
Then how will they get out of the door?
Which one? No, you just first untied the first horse.
Yes.
In there you had a freedom that at least एक horse तो मुझे निकालना है.
Hmm.
You had the freedom to let one horse go.
Yes.
But then you check the response of the audience, of your conversation partner, how this
Okay.
horse impacted their mind, his mind
Hmm.
or her mind, and how that person is responding in his
Okay.
talks. And when you are observant, when you are observing deeply, when you understand the psyche, the purpose, the intention, and understanding level of the listener, then you come to decide, okay, not the second horse who was sitting next to the first horse. This time, the ninth horse would do the wonder.
Hmm.
So now the second horse that you are going to untie is the ninth horse, not the second one.
Okay.
And that is decided after your analysis, after your understanding. And how could you decide that? Because you did not untie all the horses immediately. So what happens with
Okay.
us as a mistake? That when we are talking, when we are going on a stage, when we are interacted, or we just come into interaction with somebody, or somebody is asking us some question, then Rashi, we have a strong push from within for speaking,
Hmm.
for answering, for replying, for uttering everything that is running in our mind.
Yes. Yes.
And in that push, we actually untie all the horses. I should not say all the horses, we untie maximum horses. So we open our mouth and we immediately want to communicate everything possible. Rather, what should we do? We should choose one idea, means one horse of the idea, and then elaborate it little in 4 to 5 lines,
Hmm.
and then let the person feel and understand.
Okay.
And then we also remain an observant after speaking, while checking and seeing the response of the person. And then we
Hmm.
naturally will figure out, okay, now I want to not discuss the second horse of the idea. I want to release the ninth horse or the eighth horse of the idea. And in that way, all the ideas in your mind would be played well, would be
Okay.
released well with clarity of thoughts. And maybe you don't have to release all the 10 horses if there are 10. Maybe 2 horses are enough to have a healthy conversation.
Yes, sir. I understand.
So, here, I think we want to understand this thing, that don't be impulsive, take a pause, relax, understand, observe. Don't just listen to the words, the sounds, the statements that somebody is talking.
Hmm.
Listen to the intentions, discover the purpose, understand the psyche of the person, and
Hmm.
then you would be able to judge and decide. You come to decide that, okay, this is what is being talked about at the meaning level, not at sound level.
Hmm.
And when you talk at meaning level, you talk ideas.
Yes, sir.
You don't talk words and statements or the sounds. You are not babbling at all.
Okay.
You are actually talking sense. You are conveying meaning. The talks you are doing have a purpose, are valuable, are
Yes.
relishable. And then you both, you and your conversation partner, create a beautiful experience for each other.
Yes.
Because you were listening with an intent to understand, not with an intent to reply.
Yes, sir. It's a very, very nice, very nice experience with you. मतलब how can you be that much impactful कि सुनना सबसे है लेकिन आप जिस तरीके से the way you speak और teach us माइंड में फिक्स हो जाता है बिल्कुल बहुत अच्छे से मतलब क्लियर हो जाता है आइडिया लिटरली मतलब आई मस्ट से बहुत जेन्युइनली कि बहुत मतलब बहुत ऐसा लगता है कि किसी ने अनलॉक कर दिया कोई चीज बहुत क्लियरली आंसर मिल गया उस चीज का